everyone, and welcome to Hockenheim. It's the Hockenheimring round of the 2019 WCSLeague KTM X-Bow Challenge. We have just a couple of minutes, a couple of seconds in fact, left in qualifying, and then we'll be underway for 3 races of action with 6 drivers testing these fantastic KTM X-Bows. Last time, of course, at Brands Hatch, there were twists and turns. It was quite an unpredictable set of races. Today we're about to see a very similar thing, I expect. We got Martin Barner, who's just taken pole position, just under a minute to go until the green flag for race 1. So let's talk you through the grid. We have Martin Barner, who's just put his car P1. Simona Preet, who took pole position for the first round of the championship, or sorry, for the Brands Hatch round of the championship, is going to be starting from second. Torsten Ulrich will be third, followed by Luca Pellegrini, Rosario Catalano, and Adam Pinces, who returns to the league. I don't think he got much practice at all, which is why he's at the back. There were a couple of very late entries, but knowing Adam Pinces, he should get used to the car very quickly, and we'll see what he's able to do in the race. So, just a couple of seconds to go now until we can get the cars onto the grid and start preparing for this race. Of course, the track is the Hockenheimring. It's one that the drivers know well. It's one that a lot of series use. Of course, one of the international Grand Prix circuits that you see all around the place, including in Formula One. And as a result, this will be down to driver skill, since everyone knows the track pretty well. Just trying to look for the championship standings. A couple of things, of course, changed last time out, and I will get that to you very shortly. But whatever the case, we have just a few seconds to go now until the start of the race, and then we will be underway for the start. It's Torsten Ulrich, sorry, who's actually tied with Martin Barner on points in the championship, and we get going. So Barner now leads into turn 1. Ulrich is up to second. So those are the 2 championship leaders, 1-2 through the Nordkurve. Then it's Simona Preet, who's dropped back to 3rd position, although Ulrich ran slightly over the grass there, and Ulrich up the inside. That's a big dive for the lead. He's run wide, and Barner is able to duck underneath him. I'm not surprised, to be honest. That was far too wide for Torsten Ulrich. And Simona Preet's got through there to second as well. So it's Martin, followed by Simona, or Simone. But here comes Preet now to the outside. He's going to be on the outside of the first gear hairpin. This is the slowest corner on the circuit, and he has to back out of it. Look behind! Oh, that was very, very close. We had Pellegrini making light contact with Ulrich, and I was wondering whether they were going to slam straight into the back of Preet there. Luckily, they didn't. They both got away with it. Ulrich lost 2 places in that, so Pellegrini's up to 3rd. Pinces up to 4th, Ulrich down to 5th, and now look at this, 3 wide again. Ulrich coming up the inside of Pinces, and he'll be on the outside now for the next corner. But as we head towards the Coca-Cola curve, they were very, very nearly 3 wide into the Mercedes arena. And that's always a bold place to go 3 wide, as around this part of the course it starts to get very narrow. It's pretty much a third of the track width that you see near the start of the track as you head through the Parabolica. But whatever the case, they've made it through okay. And at the end of the opening lap, it is Martin Barner still leading, but only just from Simone Preet. Of course, Preet, always one of the fastest drivers in the league. Look at P4 there. Ulrich has managed to get past Pellegrini on the outside. So Pellegrini now loses 2 places. It's Pinces up to 3rd. And that's how they stand at the end of the opening lap. Rosario Catalano is still sticking with them, but not quite able to challenge at this point in time. Look at the lead now. That's Preet side by side with Barner heading on to the 2nd lap of the race. Preet now on the inside of the... Well, he's had to... he's lost a bit of ground there, and Barner's got the slipstream, but now Preet will have the slipstream on Barner, and will come at him into the hairpin. Heavy braking zone here. This is a good overtaking opportunity, but Preet is shown the outside. Barner moving slightly in the braking zone, but not excessively, and making it work. That's good defense from Martin Barner. And behind there's been a bit of swapping as well. Luca Pellegrini has managed to get back past joint championship leader Torsten Ulrich, and that's how they stand as we are halfway through lap 2 of the race. Of course, 15 minutes in total, and when those 15 minutes are up, the lap they run will become the final lap of the race, and then they're going to be taking. Sorry, I got distracted by the championship standings. But anyway, Bana and Preet coming to the end of the second lap of the race. Pinter's getting away a little bit from Pellegrini and Ulrich, who are still fighting over that fourth position. And Catalano actually now a bit closer to Ulrich than earlier in the lap. But Ulrich now taking a look on the inside of Pellegrini. That's a fast corner. That's not normally a place you see overtakes there into turn one. And yeah, no overtake is able to be pulled. Preet there, that's where he passed or tried to pass Martin Barner a lap ago, and certainly took another look, but I think he's decided instead to focus all of his attention on getting to the inside of the hairpin. It's something that he hasn't managed to do for the past few laps. Now, Barner's gone defensive. That does give Preet the inside for the last part of the parabolica. They rub wheels there, and now Preet will be on the outside again. Backs off. He's going for the switchback, hoping that Barner will overshoot his braking. Barner does not overshoot his braking, and in the background, Ulrich now has just got back past Pellegrini. So a swap for fourth position. I knew something would change on that lap, and it was the Ulrich Pellegrini fight. Pellegrini might try to come back at him here. He does now up the inside of the Mercedes arena, and there's contact. So Ulrich turns in. Luckily, they both got away with it. Pellegrini back through to fourth position. I don't think Ulrich expected him to come back through there. Pellegrini running very, very wide as they head towards the Coca-Cola curve, and returning to the circuit. And again, running slightly wide, just keeping it out of the gravel. You wouldn't believe the number of drivers who dip wheels into the gravel through there on an average race weekend. And you lose all sorts of momentum, so have to be careful. Big slide from Ulrich there, very, very big slide. Keeps control, but doesn't get the best run onto the start-finish straight. Preet there, taking another look at Martin Barner. He's been all over the tail of him for a couple of laps now, but of course, as he goes for it again, they make light contact, very light contact, but Preet's still on the inside somehow, still there. And Barner can't turn in. He knows that Preet's got that position. So Barner now has to set himself up for the hairpin. This, of course, a corner where he's managed to get the inside several laps in a row. And if he can do the same again, he stands a good chance of getting straight back at Preet. Although Preet might well be ways to it. He knows he's strong here. And he's not ways to it. There goes Barner to the inside, and Barner gets back through. So, yeah, I really thought Preet would have gone more defensive there, but he left the door open. Barner said thank you very much, and through he went. So Barner now back up to the lead. Preet down to second. Pinter's Ulrich and then Pellegrini. Ulrich and Pellegrini side by side again, going towards the Mercedes arena. Pellegrini almost on the grass as I speak. That was very close, and it's difficult to maintain control there because you're braking as you're doing so. And when you brake on the grass, you know that your car just doesn't want to stop. Look at that as Catalano spins in the background. Pellegrini and Ulrich rub up against each other, almost into the wall. Catalano there losing a lot of time. Didn't see how his spin was caused. I was too concentrated on what was going on in front of him. But yeah, a couple of big turning points on this lap. Adam Pintes now is also caught right up to the back of Martin Barner, and the battle for the lead is now a three-way fight as we go on to another lap of the race. Ulrich under pressure from Pellegrini still, but Pinces there putting a lot of pressure onto Barner. Barner certainly sensed the pressure. He ran very, very wide, obviously trying to carry as much speed as he could through that corner. In the background now, Pellegrini's going to the outside of Ulrich in the braking zone. That'll be for the switchback, which is oh so important because you have to carry speed onto the straight. Otherwise, you're going to be a sitting duck as your opponent has the slipstream and has free choice of where they want to go for the hairpin. And talking of that, Pincers has found the inside. This, of course, was a circuit where he was strong in our TCR series when we run that a couple of weeks ago. And now he's looking strong here in the KTMs as well. Or it got a little bit squirrely with Pellegrini alongside him, but kept his fourth position. Of course, he's a long way back from Martin Barner, who is fighting for the championship at this point in time. The two of them absolutely equal in terms of the drivers' championship, 55 points apiece. Simone Preet is 10 points back, and also in a very good spot in the championship. Definitely still a contender. Adam Pincers maybe not so much. He's had a couple of poor results. I think he missed the round. But anyway, towards the end of the opening lap, or sorry, I don't know what I was saying there. It's certainly not the opening lap of the race, but we have 6.5 minutes remaining, and Pincers closer than ever to the back of Martin Barner, the Hungarian driver. It's Hungarian versus Hungarian on this German circuit. Pincers again taking a little look. He's certainly putting pressure on him. Of course, that's where Barner ran wide a lap ago, up at the Nordkurve. And Pellegrini has got back past Ulrich, so we still get positions swapped for that fourth position. And of course, as I already said, that's crucial for the championship, with Ulrich losing more and more points. Now we've got Pincers to the inside of Barner, and I think Barner's going to have to concede that. Yeah, look at that. He's done so. In the background, Ulrich side by side again with Pellegrini. Barner might have a chance to come back at Pincers here. He's got a run, and towards the Mercedes arena. Of course, this is another heavy braking zone, another 90-degree corner pretty much, but Pincers holds it, and Pellegrini runs wide. So Pellegrini's run wide, goes off the road. Ulrich goes through into fourth. And Torsten Ulrich gains the place back. Pellegrini even wider now. But regains control, returns to the road. Oh my word, that was very brave there. Diving up the inside is Pellegrini. And Ulrich's gonna slide here. That's a big slide. That's a spin. Ulrich has lost control. The championship leader is pointing backwards in the gravel. He went very wide. Obviously startled by Pellegrini launching to the inside of the Coca-Cola curve. And as they went towards the Satch curve, Torsten just left his braking too late, and was lucky not to do a Vettel and hit the wall. Spun it around harmlessly. I say harmlessly. It's not caused his car any damage. But in terms of his race, yeah, that's going to cause quite a bit of damage. It's going to definitely take the last chance he had of passing Pellegrini away from him. And that's a big mistake there from Torsten Ulrich. Meanwhile, Martin Barner coming back at Adam Pincers here. He's right under his rear wing, right under his gearbox, as we head through the parabolica and up towards the hairpin. And Adam disappears. Hello, testing. Can I be heard? Okay, I believe I can be heard. Well, sorry about that, everyone. I've had an internet disconnection. I'll be loading straight back onto the server as quickly as I can. I can't quite see what's going on at the minute, so I'm probably missing all the action. But I'd like to take a few moments while my server is loading back up to say that this series is sponsored by 3D and we very much appreciate their contributions, and it's fantastic to have them on board. WCS also now has an iRacing MX5 series, news out and available. And on Thursday we will open up LAN event ticket sales, or LAN event ticket sales, too. And Friday is going to be the community fun night on Wreckfest. So if you want to get involved in that, you can join the WCS League Discord server and get involved. It's for anyone who wants to get involved with the league, and anyone who is already a part of the league as well. So I'm almost back on the server. I do hope that the race hasn't finished all already, but anyway, whatever the case. Of course, just to run you through the championship standings, it is Torsten Ulrich leading side by side with Martin Barner, 55 points apiece. Simone Preet is third, followed by Adam Pinces, Nikita Shapojnik, who sadly isn't here. Neither is Jean-Claudio Crochet. Luca Pellegrini is. He's joint in the championship with Rosario Catalano for 7th and 8th positions. Then it's Milan Rajkovic and Matthew Klipp, who also both aren't here today. Right, I am back on the server now, so I can see who is where. Simona Preet seems to be leading by 16 seconds from Martin Barner and Adam Pinces. I'm not sure well, he's clearly not leading by that much, so I think that's just my server glitching out. But Martin Barner and Adam Pinces appear to still be fighting over second place, with Barner now ahead of him. Pellegrini is fourth, followed by Ulrich and Catalano. Again, my sincerest apologies for that. My internet isn't great these days, but anyway, at least I will be able to show you the end of the race. I'm not sure if this is the final lap or if we're going to get one more after this. I'll be keeping an eye on the timer. It's going to be close as to whether we get one more lap or not. I think this may be the last lap of the race. So Simone Preta heading to his heading to a victory. He wasn't able to win any last time out at Brands Hatch, despite being one of the fastest drivers, if not the fastest driver. He took pole position in several fastest laps, but spun far too many times to take a victory. This is going to be the final lap of the race. So, Preet just has a couple of corners to go. Barner there running wide. Pinces almost had a look at him for second, but have to keep an eye on the bright yellow Simone Preet car, which comes out of the final corner now, number 103, and crosses the line. Simone Preet will get his championship challenge well and truly back on. There he goes, crossing the line. Barner second. Pinces is in third. Pellegrini will be fourth. Torsten Ulrich will be very, very disappointed with fifth position. He crosses the line now, and Rosario Catalano will be a few seconds back in sixth position. So, we are now going to go for an advert break, but we still have two races coming up, so, well, don't go anywhere. Welcome back, everyone, to the Hockenheimring. We have two more races to go, and the first one of those is coming up right now. We have a reversed grid, meaning that Rosario Catalano will be starting on pole position, hoping to make up for his spin and last place in race one. Second place will be Torsten Ulrich, hoping to also make up for a spin and put his championship challenge back on. And then, of course, we have the rest of the field, starting with Pellegrini, and then Pincers, Barner, and Preet. So here we go. Race gets underway. Catalano leading from Ulrich. Heading towards turn one, we have Barner almost being forced onto the grass further back. Ulrich makes a big dive. That's a great start from Torsten Ulrich, and he leads the race now, heading up towards turn two. So Ulrich leads. Preet there taking a look at Barner in the background. Ooh, look at that. That's Catalano coming straight back at Ulrich, overshooting it, forcing them both off the road. He has reclaimed the lead, but Pellegrini's coming through now. Pellegrini, with a much better run, will probably be leading this race by the time we exit the hairpin. But Ulrich has something to say about that. We're going 3 wide for the lead here, with others trying to get involved as well. We might be about to go 4 wide for the lead. We've got Barner on the Barner on the raise, and it's going to be, wow, it's going to be Catalano leading out of the corner. Ulrich threaded the needle through the middle. Pincers and Pellegrini are side by side. Now we've got Ulrich going for the lead on the inside of the Mercedes arena. He'll now be on the outside of the Mercedes arena. Turns in, gets it done. So Ulrich leads the race, followed by Catalano. And again, we go almost 3 wide in the background. Catalano gets a little nudge from Pincers, runs off the road, and back on again. That wasn't Pincers. Oh, yes, it was. No, it wasn't. It was Pellegrini. My apologies. But Pincers right in that as well. In third position as it stands. Pellegrini up the inside. That's not going to work. Goodness me, that would have been almost suicidal. And goes almost off on the inside there of the Satch curve. Preet still looking for a way past Barner, as he has been from the start of the first lap. He'd have hoped to have made up at least one position so far, but he's got a lot of work to do if he's going to claim 2 wins from 2 here. Look at Pincers. Pincers taking a look at Catalano, trying to startle him, having to drop back, and that's what I like. That's what I like to see. The fact that these drivers are so evenly matched that they can all fight this closely. And now we have Pincers getting past Catalano. So Pincers up into second. Catalano under pressure from Pellegrini. And Preet has got past Barner. That's, well, Barner, of course, couldn't get past him in race one. And now Preet's got past him in race two as well, showing him that he still means business. That's going to be close. And that was slight contact between Pellegrini and Pincers. Pellegrini in danger of spinning Pincers, but they got away with it. Also, you got Preet and Barner side by side in the background, 2 of the championship contenders coming into this round, battling it out again, making wheel-to-wheel contact. And again, Preet will be 5th, but Barner not prepared to just sit back and let him go. Oh, that's a big shove. That was a full-on hip check there from Simona Preet. And Barner, despite being almost barged out of the way, manages to reclaim 5th position. Pincers now up into 2nd. Pellegrini, I swear, is going to spin him at some point. He's been looking in danger of doing so pretty much every corner of this lap, just taking swipes at Pincers' rear end. But getting away with it. Now we have Catalano getting passed by Barner, and Preet's going through as well. So Catalano, the pole sitter, now down to last place again. He'll be disappointed with that. But despite all of this, he's still running, still not letting it get the better of him, and still challenging in this race. And now we're back onto the straight. More slipstreaming about to take place. We've got Pincers fighting with Pellegrini, as Ulrich seems to be getting away a bit now, side by side for second. And Pincers, of course, who will be on the inside, takes the position. So nicely done from Pincers. He found find the correct track position. And if he can just hold it around the slight kink here, he'll have the inside again, because the Mercedes Arena jinks left. Although you can definitely hold it around the outside here. We've seen drivers doing so. Pellegrini running a bit too wide to do so. Preet there, holding off Barner for fourth. Rejoining the road, bouncing over the curb slightly. In real life, of course, you have massive sausage curbs on the outside there, which tend to launch cars up in the air. It's a famous clip of a Formula 3 car doing a wheelie over that straight from back in 2012. Although luckily no sausage curbs to throw off the drivers here, as well as no sausage curbs on the outside of the Sud curver there, which would very much have just caught out Luca Pellegrini. There are some there in real life at times. Through the Nord curver again. Not many drivers keeping it within the track limits. That's to be expected at that corner, sadly. But anyway, I suppose everyone's in the same boat because everybody is doing it. So far, Torsten Ulrich does not have the fastest lap. Actually, that's Simona Preet, as it usually is, to be honest. Preet has a habit of being the fastest car on track. And our race 1 winner, despite still being down in 4th position, setting some pretty impressive lap times. His next target, of course, is Luca Pellegrini. And he's very much joining that 3-way scrap for 2nd position. Pincers probably would be doing better if he'd got more practice. I'm not sure if he actually intended to race until a couple of minutes or hours before the race, but doing a good job nonetheless. Oh, and as I say that, making a slight error, and that's going to back up the drivers behind him. Commentators curse a bit there. Very wide again goes Pellegrini. He's run wide there pretty much every lap, all the way over the sea of blue asphalt, and jinking out of the slipstream of Pincers, and that's a big spin, and around he goes on the infield. Looks as if he just tagged the back of Pincers' car, and that unsettled everything, and Pellegrini now drops to the back of the order. So 2nd is Pincers, 3rd is Preet, 4th is Barner, then 5th is Catalano, and 6th is Pellegrini, who will be disappointed with that, to say the least. He was challenging for the higher positions of the podium, and he's got it all wrong there. And sadly, from looking at that, I mean, I've only seen it once, but it looked to me as if he just ran into the back of Adam Pincers. And I've said that he's been in danger of doing that for a while. He's been taking swipes at the back end of Pincers' car. I think it's finally caught up with him there. And to the back goes Pellegrini. Pincers doesn't really have much breathing space, though. We'll be relieved that Pellegrini's gone, but now he's got well, now he's got Preet on his tail, and Preet's even faster. Look at that time, 1:40.861. I believe that's the fastest race lap we've seen all day. And I've lost the internet again, haven't I? I lost internet connection again. If you can hear me. Okay, my apologies. There we go. Sorry, yeah, I believe, okay, yeah, my internet having problems again. That's, yeah, okay. Anyway, I'm still in the server. It's okay. My apologies about that. I see that Preet and Pincers are fighting over 2nd position. My internet is not enjoying it much, but well, that's just gonna have to deal with what we've got. Ulrich leading, Preet 2nd, Pincers in 3rd. But how long that order will remain that way is yet to be seen. Preet, of course, passed Pincers up at the hairpin this lap. I saw him going for the move right before everything cut out, and I presume it worked out smoothly because he is ahead and neither car appears to have any damage, which is always a good sign. And Preet's lap, extremely fast. That's what I was saying right as I cut out. Fastest lap that we've seen in any race so far. Pincers, ooh, tagging the back of Preet through the hairpin, but keeping it under control. Careful not to spin the car around, to lose control, as it's so easy to do. He's back on the inside. Oh, soon. That was a big clobber, but he's going to get through. A little bit of a push to pass, but I'm just glad he didn't go spinning off over the infield. I thought he was going to. Bounded over the sausage curbs. Now, Preet won't be happy with that, but Pincers is back up into to second nonetheless. And that could have been a lot worse. This might get Martin Barner involved as well. Of course, if they had finished like this, Torsten Ulrich will take the most points from the race, and of course he is one of the three main championship contenders heading into this round, along with Preet and Barner. Sorry, my mind went completely blank there. Oh, contact! In fact, that was Preet ducking to the inside of Pincers, and that looked as if it was going to be a big loss of control. I think Preet did well to hang on to that. His car looked like a bucking bronco all of a sudden, but somehow kept it under control. He's in the slipstream of Pincers, and might even complete the move this time around. Ooh, trying to force his car to the inside, trying to catch Pincers off guard, but you can't catch Pincers off guard. He's too much of a feisty competitor. He will fight over every position like it's for the championship, and pulled right across to make sure that there was no way Preet was going to be able to find a move there, find any space. And oh, now he's run wide, so Preet gets underneath him, turns in for the corner. Pincers running over the grass. That could have been very dangerous. Preet runs wide, and through goes Barner. So Martin Barner now jumps ahead of Pincers as well, and continues his fight with Preet. We now have the top three in the championship, 1, 2, 3, but maybe not for long because Barner ran wide, and it looked to me as if Pincers backed off there on the exit. That's weird. But despite that, yeah, Ulrich, Preet, Barner, 1, 2, 3 in the championship, 1, 2, 3 in the race. Not in that precise order in the championship. Of course, we're yet to see what order they're actually in. The championship will update itself after the event, after all three races are completed. This, of course, being race 2. But yeah, we have a real championship fight on our hands, one that I hope will continue for the whole of the rest of the championship. Of course, we can't technically count out Adam Pincers yet. He's still well and truly in championship contention. But of course, after missing those points, I'm not sure that he's going to be a realistic contender, but Ulmri's trying to prove me there that I might be wrong by taking a look at Martin Barner. Wasn't able to make anything come of it. Certainly eager to, though. Now again, into the Mercedes arena, running wide. That's a place where Pincers is struggling. Tends to run wide there. Maybe not quite got his braking point right. It's difficult to do. It is a difficult corner because you've just come straight from the far and in for it, and that really tends to throw you off unless you're well and truly prepared for it. It's not a corner for the faint of heart, or for those lacking in concentration. And it's a corner where I've spun a couple of times. So onto the final lap of the race. The gap for the lead between Ulrich and Preet, not much, less than 2 seconds, less than 1.5 seconds. Ulrich running wide there, dipping wheels in the grass. Behind them as well, Barner and Pincers still fighting over that 3rd place. That's still very close. And Preet has a realistic chance of winning this here. He's his best lap is about 0.8 of a second faster than Ulrich's. He's right in his tail. He's been gaining for a couple of laps. And is he going for it? I think he might be on the final lap of the race here. Simona Preet to the inside, hoping to make it 2 out of 2. It's all about the braking here. Ulrich goes for the switchback. And I think that Simone Preet has got it. Ulrich might have another opportunity into the Mercedes arena. We've seen people coming back into here because you do have a heavy braking zone. You do have a chance to get up the inside. Ulrich does go for it. There's contact. The leaders collide on the last lap, but Preet keeps control and keeps the lead. That might be Ulrich's last chance. He wants to make sure that it isn't. He's got the inside back. He's got the switch back. He's trying to force the issue. There's contact again, and they still keep it under control. Into the Satch cover, Ulrich goes for it. There's more contact. Preet spins. Preet slides sideways. There's more drivers getting involved. Barner goes through to second. They're side by side. Barner's dropping to fourth. There's 3 wide. They're 3 wide for second. Preet regains second place. Barner up the inside again. Ulrich's going to win the race by hook or by crook. And they still Rob Wheels for second. It's Barner second. Preet third. Pinces fourth. Catalano fifth. What a finish. And Preet will feel absolutely robbed. He will feel that Ulrich had no right to be coming through like that. And I want to leave that up to the stewards, but it was ambitious to say the least. Ulrich won by less than 7 tenths per second. The top 3 were separated by less than 8 tenths per second. The top 4 by less than 9 tenths of a second. That is one of the closest and most dramatic finishes to a race that I've ever seen. We are now going for a very short advert break, and I need to rest my voice, but we will be back very, very shortly. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the Hockenheimring, everyone. We have just 30 seconds to go until the start of race 3. I personally feel that I need longer to let my voice rest, but no rest as we get this race underway. It's going to be, who's on pole? It's going to be Luca Pellegrini who leads us away. We've got the green light already, so Pellegrini leading towards turn 1. Pinces takes a look to the inside, and they're all going to run off. My goodness, everyone went off at turn 1 there. Pellegrini now fighting with Pinces for the lead towards turn 2. Pinces to the outside line, turning in, and that looks to be the cleanest turn 2 that we've had all day, with Pellegrini getting the run. So and spinning, that's Preet. So Preet spins, and he's going to go into the wall. No, he's just kept out the wall. Good avoidance there from Pellegrini from Preet to slam on the brakes. Didn't see how that happened. I don't know if he got a push or if he spun it around all by himself, but around he goes. Now into the hairpin, almost 3 wide. Everyone getting it through cleanly. So Pellegrini leads. Catalano will be on the inside. He's got second place. Pinces challenging him for it, and then we've got Ulrich and Barner fighting over fourth. Sorry, Ulrich on the inside line and making it stick. So Ulrich through to fourth. Oh, slight contact with Barner there, but they both get away with it. I'd say that his way of winning race 2 was a bit nasty, but that's only my opinion, and I'm going to leave it up to the stewards. Pinces now running, and the lead is running off. Well, Pellegrini ran off the road there, went into the grass, rejoined the track. Okay, Pincers took second place with a nice move around the outside of the Coca-Cola curve. Very nicely done. Simone Preet, meanwhile, is still running in the race. Catalano's going to spin into Berner. Contact. And somehow keeps it under control. That looked like it was going to be much worse. Catalano loses third place, so Ulrich through to third. Berner now through to fourth in all of that as well. But could have been much, much worse for Catalano. Simone Preet about 20 seconds now, back now in sixth position. He's got a lot of ground to make up. Bit of a dodgy day for Preet. He will feel that he deserved the win in race 2. And yeah, he won race 1, but he's a long way back in race 3 now. And that's going to sting. Especially after to Brands Hatch, where he... yeah, especially after Brands Hatch, where he spun out of the lead in all 3 races, I seem to remember. Or at least 2 out of the 3. So, after the first lap, we're about to see another fight for the lead, I imagine, between Pincers and Pellegrini. Indeed, we are. Pellegrini, or Pincers to the outside, but again he runs wide. That is really a corner where he's struggling today. Ulrich, ooh, yeah, Pellegrini's got a little. Oh, sorry, Pincers has got a little bit sideways, and Ulrich's got the run, trying to go around the outside of him like Pincers did on Berner on lap 1. On Catalano, sorry, on lap 1. Ulrich giving him a little love tap in the Satch curve. And again, they get away with it. So, 3-way fight for the lead. Possibly 4-way fight. Berner still appears quick. And could well challenge for the lead in this third race. Because so far we've had a win from both of the championship, or both of the other main championship contenders, Ulrich and Preet. Oh, and spinning is Catalano. That's Catalano's second spin of the day. He was running in 5th position. I think he might be about to get passed by Preet. Indeed he will. So Catalano spinning out of 5th place. Preet regaining his 1st position. His next target is Berner, but he's several seconds down the road from him. And side by side for the lead now. Pincers is on the... which one? I think he's on the driver's left, with Pellegrini on driver's right. And Pincers brakes later. Pellegrini has the inside. Pellegrini keeps the place. But now we have arguably an even more important corner, which is the Mercedes Arena, turn 8. At least I believe it's turn 8. It was last time I checked. With Ulrich pushing them from behind as well, putting real pressure on both of them. You can tell Pincers' car apart from Pellegrini's because it has the blue roll hoops. And Ulrich's, of course, is blue all over, turquoisey blue. And they maintain positions towards the Satch curve. Ulrich to the outside line. Difficult to pull a move around the outside there because it's so tight, although of course because it's banked, it's faster than it looks. And faster than it would be if it was a flat corner, terrain-wise, of course. Now out to the final corner. Less than 10 minutes to go of racing action. And everyone's still very much pushing. It's 4 for the lead here. Pellegrini from Pincers, Ulrich and Berner. Of course, we have 6 in this race. The 2 others have spun, and that's why they're out of contention. I think anyone came into this race with a chance of winning. But it's all down to these 4 now. With Pincers ducking and weaving all over the back of Pellegrini. Now he's on driver's left. And Ulrich makes it 3 wide. He's on the driver's right. It is going to be 3 wide up towards the hairpin. And Ulrich wisely backs out of it. And tries to follow Pincers through on the inside. Follow Pellegrini through on the inside. And does so. That was a good bit of driving actually there from Ulrich. To follow Pellegrini through. And Berner might now follow Ulrich through as well. And Ulrich goes around the outside, gets it wrong. 3 wide again. Pincers gets pinched. And they get away with it with Berner gaining 2 places. Great driving from Martin Berner. Pincers coming back at Ulrich. Ulrich sliding. Light contact, but everything okay. And I have to say that the best move in all of that was Martin Barner's double overtake. He just positioned his car wonderfully and made it work. Took advantage of the situation the others were in and said, "Thank you very much. You didn't see me coming, but you see me now. I'm all over the front of your car." Behind him, Ulrich and Pincers scrap. And look at the centrifugal force as everyone gets a little bit more sideways than the person ahead of them. Oh, look at Ulrich! That was a great dive there from Thorsten Ulrich. That worked out wonderfully. Ulrich's race 2 move may have been dodgy, but his race 3 overtakes so far have been world class. I don't think I could have done that overtake, to be honest. That's wonderful from Ulrich there. We're going 3 wide again into the hairpin. Oh my word! Breathe in. Ooh, bit of a pinch. Pellegrini in the middle. And again, Ulrich makes it work. Brilliant driving from Thorsten Ulrich. Thorsten passing both of them, making it through to the lead of the race. Pellegrini second, Barner alongside him. And Ulrich's off! Ulrich's off! Pellegrini may get the lead back here. He does! Ulrich ran off the road. He's lost 2 positions. Pellegrini through to first, Barner through to second. And after I was complimenting Ulrich for all of those wonderful moves, he's made a mistake and he's lost it all. Didn't drop back behind Pincers, but he's almost off the podium. Pincers goes to the inside. Not quite. That's where Ulrich took the lead in race 3 on the final lap. And now we have Pellegrini leading again. He won't believe that he's still in the lead of the race after everything that's happened. But he is, and he still stands just as much of a chance of winning this as anyone else. To the outside of the Nordkurve. Looking for the exit speed, the slingshot effect. We see it working a lot in motorsport. And he goes to the inside, and it might well work here. And Martin Barner, oh, Pincers getting a little bit sideways. So, slipstreaming time. Barner, Ulrich, and Pincers, the drivers aiming to gain advantage. And Pellegrini will be feeling like a with a pack of dogs on his 3 wide again. How many times have I said that? Going towards, oh my word. And there's contact with Pellegrini and Ulrich, and now also Ulrich and Pincers. Only very light contact though, and somehow they all get out in the same order. No harm, no foul, I'd say, but that was a bit close. Into the Mercedes arena again. Ulrich up the inside, slight contact with Barner. Barner up the inside of Pellegrini now. And I think he probably shouldn't have done that, because now he's lost all sort of momentum, and Thorsten Ulrich is coming back at him. This is wonderful racing from the 4 of them. Absolutely fantastic. Best racing we've seen all day. All series, maybe. Ulrich ran the outside of the Satch curve. I'd have been shocked if he'd made that work. And Pellegrini still leads. We've got less than 5 minutes remaining. This is one of the races where you just want to steal the checkered flag and burn it. Ooh, through the gravel goes Adam Pincers, 2 wheels. Sliding sideways, keeping control and keeping with the lead scrap. 3 turn 1, track limits. What track limits, says absolutely everyone. And Barner goes for lead, makes a dive. And that's forced Pellegrini to go a bit deep. And Ulrich, I think, might gain from this. Ulrich going for the double move. He's on the inside of the parabolica. He'll be on the outside of the hairpin. He's on driver's left, and I think we're going to go 3 wide again, maybe 4 wide. Look at this. Pincers giving the. We are 3 wide again for about the 5th lap in a row, and again 3 wide. Pincers might get them all in one. Pincers, wonderful move. 3 wide again, more contact. And is Pincers going to get it done? It would be amazing if he could. 2 drivers off in the background. Ulrich and Pellegrini rubbing. And Barner leads the race. Banner leads the race, Pellegrini second, Ulrich third, Pinces fourth. And I've lost count of how many times we've been 3 wide in this race so far. Probably about 15, and I'm not exaggerating. These KTM crossbows allow for some wonderful close racing with not too much aerodynamic turbulence. And a short wheelbase as well means they handle like a go-kart. They can change direction so quickly, and drivers can just duck underneath one another. They're difficult cars to drive as well, meaning mistakes are more likely, and as a result, racing is always going to be closer. You really have to be precise to be quick in these. Simona Preet is catching him at a rate of knots here as well. Could it be five? Oh, and Ulrich spun. Well, he slid anyway. That was a big slide. Managed to hold it. Good save from Ulrich. But he's dropped to fourth, so Pinces through to fifth. Preet running through the grass in the background, pushing hard to get involved with those. He does provisionally have the fastest lap of the race. And we may get a 5-way scrap for the lead of the race before the end here. I think we do now have a 5-way scrap. Preet has been pushing ever since his first lap spin. You have to say that if he hadn't had that spin, he probably would be leading the race by now. Of course, there's no way of telling, and that's a what if. But whatever the case, with just 1 lap remaining after this one, he is certainly showing his worth. Just needs to spin less, you know. That's what I said at Brands Hatch. That's what I'm going to say here as well. He has a lot of pace, but makes far too many mistakes. Ulrich taking a look again to the outside of Pinces. He will not be satisfied with coming away in fourth after all of those wonderful overtakes he pulled. No matter what happens on this final lap, Berner, Pellegrini, Pinces and Ulrich all deserve a huge round of applause for putting on such a close race, as does Simona Preet for his amazing recovery drive. It's going to be hard to pick a driver of the day from all of this. Ulrich to the outside now of Pinces. That's over third place, and I think Pellegrini's got underneath Barner. Well, he's definitely got a better run. Could still be on for the lead here on the last lap of the race. Please don't do this to my voice again. Oh my goodness. Pellegrini to the inside of the Parabolica. And he's going to be on driver's left towards the hairpin. Possibly going to go for a switchback. That might well work because they've got the Mercedes Arena next. Look at Preet. Preet going through the four and spins. Pinces. Pinces is pointing backwards on the exit of the hairpin. And that's... Hello? Okay, I believe I can be heard now. I've lost connection to the server on the final lap of the race. No point loading back in, so I'm just going to load up the YouTube chat, the YouTube stream, and watch the delay. My sincerest apologies. My internet is really playing up today. But whatever the case, the race is coming to a close. Pellegrini has won, followed by Berner, then Ulrich, Preet, sorry, I'd forgotten his name there. Pinces and Catalano. And what a finish to both races 2 and 3. Catalano spun on the last lap there. But yeah, goodness me. If I had to pick a driver of the day from all of this, I'd actually pick Martin Berner, despite the fact he didn't win any races. I think he was just so consistent, didn't make any significant mistakes. But what a drive as well from Pellegrini, from Ulrich, from Prees, from Pinces, and also hats off to Catalano for continuing despite all of his issues. That's good sportsmanship. Every single driver finished every single race. and that's always wonderful to see. And if you want to get involved in this, you very much can. It's absolutely free. RaceRoom is a free sim as well. All you need is the mod, and you can get involved. Head over to the WCSLeague website, Facebook page, or Discord server, and we will be back this time next week for another round of the championship. But what an absolutely wonderful day we've had. Thank you very much as well to 3Drap for sponsoring us and for allowing us to bring you this broadcast. And we will see you again in a week's time. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. And good night.